Welcome back to Sports Fans Only with your boy, Sean Mack. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Couldn't do it without y'all. I appreciate it. So, if you haven't heard, now you're about to hear LeBron James actually approached Stephen A. Smith last night after the Knicks game. So we're going to do it like this. I have 2 questions and I'm going to go over some things. Remember, hit up the comment section. I see people watching the videos, but they scared to comment. Remember, it is what it is. Your comment is just a comment. So number 1, was LeBron James wrong for checking Stephen A. Smith about the comments he made about Bronny James? In my opinion, nope. If you're a parent and you think someone did your child wrong, you do what you have to do to protect your child. But listen to the word that I said there. If you think someone did your child wrong, I know how it is. I have 2 kids. I have a daughter and I have a son. They're both grown. My son is older. I protect my son just like I'll protect my daughter. I go after you. Don't try me. I will do it. But my question to LeBron would be, where does it end? Now you have to keep that same energy between anyone who critiques Bronny, right? If Nick Wright comes out, who he probably wouldn't, but if Nick Wright came out and said something, if Stephen A. Smith came out and said something, if anyone on TNT said something, if Shaq, Kenny, or Charles Barkley said anything, what you're gonna do? You have to keep that same energy. But I've been noticing lately, I think maybe around 4 months ago, I was watching First Take, and Stephen A. Smith said that Rich Paul, the agent for LeBron, his boys, and them, had actually came and approached him and said, well, you could be a little easier on LeBron or on Bronny or something like that. And Stephen A. was like, no. And ever since then, I've been noticing Stephen A. been taking jabs at LeBron, saying stuff like, well, he don't scare me. It is what it is. So I think maybe LeBron just have a real issue with Stephen A. Smith saying what he said. You have to remember, even though Bronny is young, he's 20 years old. That's considered a man. You go to the big boy jail if something happened. You won't be able to say, well, you protect them. You can't protect them. Bronny is a grown man. He can take care of himself right now. LeBron, you have to let him go. You have to understand that as a parent, some things you just have to let go and let your child deal with it on his own. I know it can be hard. Trust me, I do it right now. My oldest is 24, and to me, he's still a baby. That's just how the world works if you're a good parent. LeBron, you have to push him. You already pushed him out the nest. Let that boy fly. Let him learn to fly on his own. Now, I understand certain things certain levels of disrespect, you're not going to allow to you or anyone, Savannah, or anyone in your family. That's just how it is. That's the type of man I am. But that little thing right there, you didn't have to do it right there. You had his number. You could have contacted him about it. You didn't actually have to check him right there. It's like you was looking for the attention that you've gotten, maybe to try to shit on Stephen A. and make him seem like he's nothing. I think it might have worked, but not really, because Stephen A. Smith's going to come back 10 times forth. That's just the type of dude that he is. But on the LeBron issue, if I was a parent, I mean, if that was my child, if I was in LeBron's shoes, I would have done the same thing. You know, right or wrong, I would have done the same thing, and I understand why he did what he did. But he has to look in the mirror and say, okay, maybe did I go a little bit too far with checking Stephen A. Smith live on television, knowing people were going to be taping it and posting it on social media. That's all I'm saying about the LeBron issue. On to Stephen A. Smith. Was Stephen A. Smith wrong for critiquing Bronny James? In my opinion, no damn way. Nada, nacho. He can do what he want. Bronny is making millions of dollars playing in the NBA. He can get it just like every other player that dribbles a ball in the NBA. Am I right or am I wrong? And if you say, yeah, you're wrong, and I saw a comment, someone said, let the kid be a kid. The kid's not a kid. The kid's 20 years old, making millions of dollars, going back and forth from the G League to the NBA, which means he's playing in real NBA games from here and there. So why can't he get critiqued? Why can't he be shamed about his play? Sometimes analysts and broadcasters do it a little bit too much, he can let off a little bit. But as far as critiquing him and having an issue with him and what he's doing on the court, saying that he's not balling and he sucks, he can get it just like everybody else that dribbles a basketball. And if we're going to say yes, where does it stop? Who else can't we critique? Who else can't we judge? Right? We have eyes. They get paid millions of dollars. If a certain person sucks and does things that you don't like, and he's getting paid millions of dollars, as a fan, you have the right to say, well, I don't like it. And as a reporter and a journalist, you definitely have the right to say what you want to say. So that's out the window. And the thing is, I actually watched that show. I don't need to watch the clips. I was watching the show that morning when Stephen A. Smith made his comments about Bronny James. And in layman's terms, what he was saying was Stephen A. was saying he wasn't talking about Bronny. He was speaking on LeBron James putting Bronny through the drama, putting him in the light to where he can fail and people can talk about him. Stephen A. was saying LeBron should protect his son from the drama and the scrutiny. Why are you letting him go through this if he doesn't have to? And I feel that. I totally understand what Stephen A. Smith was saying. Okay, this is going to be my last point, and I'm going to let you get on out of here. Remember, if you like the content, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I want people to realize, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out soon, within the next 6 months to a year. Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James definitely had a run-in of some sort that where they just clashed because they weren't always cool, but Stephen A. was always a little bit more respectful, and he let things go. He let it slide. But it seemed like it's going to come out. Trust me. Take my word that they probably had a big fallout somewhere, that something happened behind closed doors, and it'll come out later. But like I said, I'm going to let you get on out of here. In my opinion, Stephen A. can critique any basketball player that dribbles a ball in the NBA because that's his job. As fans, we're allowed to do the same thing. We are free press if people don't know. Regular fans, we have the freedom of press too. We can say what we want as long as we're not threatening anyone or their families or making any racial slurs and things like that. We get to say whatever we want about your game, and that's just the way that it goes. So my question would be this: if Stephen A. Smith and others can't critique certain players, where will it stop? Who else can't he talk about? Let that sit on your mind for a while. Are we going to get into woke this in the NBA as far as analyzing, where we can't even tell people how we feel about their product that they're putting on the court or a certain individual? Just remember, when will it stop? On that note, I've been Sean Mack, and this is Sports Fans Only. Holla.